That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? Now, I am an unapologetic fan of Megan. I like that movie. That's not a movie that's going to win any Academy Awards, but it was legitimately creepy at times, had some legitimate scares. It had some decent little laughs into it too. And it was just a fun little movie, right? Fun, lower budget, harmless little movie. I enjoyed it. And I loved it when I found out that they were doing a Megan Part 2. And I've seen the trailers for it, and I like the trailers. I think it's looked pretty good. Actually, Ann and I have been pretty excited about seeing it. Now, I'm not on a great streak for the movies I've seen. Like, fortunately, I just watched F1, and I really like that. But the previous 3 movies before that, like Elio, what were they? Elio, 28 Years Later, and Jurassic World, all either I didn't like or they underwhelmed me. So I was hoping after seeing F1, I could go in to see Megan 2.0 and have a new hot streak start with 2 movies in a row that I really like. Yeah, you don't always get what you want. Megan 2 sucks. It absolutely, ridiculously sucks. Is it as bad as a Kraven the Hunter? No. It's not. I don't even think Megan 2 is it's not even bad enough that I say it's a strong contender for worst film of the year. I'm not going to say that either, but it is bad. It's a bad film. And listen, I am shocked because after I saw the movie, I jumped on Rotten Tomatoes to see what other people are saying about it. And I was shocked, I tell thee, that it had a 59%. That is much higher than I thought it would be. And so, I mean, there are people who are enjoying it for what it is, and that's great. I guess there were people who were shocked when they heard me say that I liked the first one. I'm sure there are people who hated the first one that were shocked, but I don't understand how 59% of the people seeing this movie thought it was good. I don't get it, but that's okay. That's the beautiful thing about movies. They're all subjective. First of all, I got to say this. The first one was a tongue-in-cheek little horror movie, right? At its heart, that's what it was. It was a tongue-in-cheek, not taking itself too seriously little horror film. And on that level, I thought that movie completely worked. And it was engaging, and it entertained me, and it was fun. So I was looking for that. Like what the trailers seemed to promise for Megan 2 was more of that same, maybe just amping it up a little bit, right? So it looked like there were going to be some awesome kills, and it looked like maybe it would be funnier than the first one, and all that kind of stuff. None of that is true. None of it is true. They decided they wanted to change the genre of Megan, which, by the way, is not an unforgivable sin, Rob, because you can make an argument that Alien kind of changed genres a little bit when it went
100%.
into Aliens 2. Terminator changed genre a little bit when it went from Terminator to Terminator 2. So you're allowed to do that. You are allowed to shift gears with your genre. But here's the thing. If you want to shift gears and make your movie an action comedy, 1, you better be funny, and 2, you better have good action. Let's start with number 1. This movie is not funny in the least. They constantly tried throughout the film laying on this grade school level screenwriting jokes. Hey, it's better than I could write, but I'm not the level of excellence here, am I? It was complete. There was one, I said this in my out of theater review, Rob. There was one funny line, and I'm going to give it away. I don't care. The one funny line is that Megan and the girl are keeping an eye on this one guy. I won't say what the context is. And they're trying to kind of read lips, make out what he's saying. And Megan says that what that guy is saying is, I have a yeasty vagina, when clearly that wasn't what he was saying. That was funny. Not the way I just told it, but take my word for it. It was funny in the movie, and I laughed. And that was it. No other laughs. There's even this one scene where Megan starts singing to one of the other girls, like serenading her. And I'm like, oh, I get it. They think this is funny. How adorable. It wasn't funny. It was completely unfunny. So if you're going to switch genre to an action comedy, 1, you better be funny, but 2, you better have good action. I can't say that Megan 2 didn't have good action, Rob, because I couldn't bloody see it.
Oh no.
Whenever they had, basically Megan has this I know kung fu moment, and okay, now she's a kung fu master. Okay, that's fine actually, because she is an android and whatever, and this can make some cool fights, right? So you could tell they're having these massive kung fu battles, except they suffered from the same thing as Snake Eyes.
Oh,
An
bad.
epileptic sheep herding dog was the camera person, and it was like, and the editing and the cameras, it's like, it sounds like there's some good action going on. Not that we can see it, so whatever. It constantly breaks. Remember, I don't mind movies that makes no sense by real world logic. All I want a movie to do is to abide by its own stated sense of logic. It doesn't have to be real world logic, heaven forbid. Just follow your own rules of law. This movie goes all over the place. But the thing that drove me most nuts, Rob, this is the part that drove me the most crazy about it. And they never even remotely struggle or whatever kind of deal with this, which is the basic conceit of the movie is this, Rob. Hey, Megan killed a bunch of people. Like, she straight up murdered a bunch of people in the last film. Yeah, but everybody deserves a second chance, and I'm good now. Good enough for me. Let's go. And like seriously, it was like everybody's just this concept of, well, everybody deserves a second chance. No, wait, time out here. She didn't double dip her chip. She murdered people. And Megan's excuse is, I was young. I deserve a second chance. And it's like, oh, okay, so Megan's just a good guy now. Cool, I guess.
You know, it's interesting, John, the Gerard Johnstone, who wrote the script for this, is a writer-director, but he hasn't made anything in 9 years.
Wow.
So last thing he did was a movie called Housebound. So it's I always find that interesting. Like, what's he been doing for 9 years, and how did he get this particular job?
I will say this. I can see the vision. I can see what the vision was, especially coming out. Again, I'm a fan of the first Megan. I like that movie. I was really excited for this Megan film. I thought the trailers were good, and I can see the vision. And again, I don't mind that they decided to switch gears as far as genre goes and switch. That's all fine. I see what their vision was. It was to make an over-the-top, fun action comedy film. And to be fair, Megan is kind of set up to do that and do that well. But they just didn't do it well.
And it's, you know, Gerard Johnstone did direct the original Megan too, and so you've got the team coming back. But I think you nailed it when they tried to do something different. They tried to change the genre, and I can understand them doing that, because where do you go? Even the presentation at CinemaCon, when it had all those multiple Megans come out and do the dance number,
that was really cool, by the way. When
it was pretty cool, and I can see what they were doing. I mean, what they were going for, but it's hard to do when you're shifting genres. I mean, it's a bummer, because I think they've had a lot of fun with the marketing. Certainly what we saw at CinemaCon was bonkers, and it made me want to see it. But
I want to see it too. But hey, listen, I do want to remind everybody here, that's just my opinion, okay? It does right now have a 59%, which isn't great, but it does mean that a slight majority of the critics who are seeing it are saying it's at least good. And I'm not, but you might still enjoy it. Just remember, guys, just because I didn't like it, I'm simply telling you I didn't like it and why it didn't work for me, but that does not necessarily mean it won't work for you. If you've been dying to see this movie, still go see it and check it out for yourself. I'm just letting you guys know in advance, for me, it was a tremendous disappointment. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What did you think about Megan 2.0 if you had a chance to see it? Are you planning on seeing it? Did you like the first one? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.